Welcome to another edition of Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Pat Narduzzi. I'm Casey Guerra of Pitt Studios. Coach, obviously coming off a loss, 3-1 on the season. No loss is a good loss, but this team fought till the very end in the 30-29 loss against NC State. What takeaways do you do from that?
Try to evaluate our kids every week on, how's their attitude, how was their effort and their toughness and the knowledge of the game, and, all those things were there. So, there was no lack of effort. Our kids fought till the end. Obviously, we didn't play a great football game fundamentally. I think we lacked some things. I think emotionally we weren't where we needed to be, and it's hard to get a bunch of 18 or 22-year-olds emotionally ready every week. I think they were on fire the week before, and I think this weekend we may have come out a little bit flat. You never know as a coach what you're going to get, and I got to do a better job of getting them ready to go. But I didn't question their effort. I think they tried. I just think sometimes if your mind's not right exactly where it needs to be, those things can happen. And we had a chance to still win the game as average as we played, but we just made one less play than they did.
Career high though, day for Kenny Pickett, 411 yards passing, 53 on the ground, 3 touchdowns. Like I mentioned, a career high day for him. Although it was a loss, you got to take some bright spots from his performance. And there was a scary moment there when he came out of the game, but only out for 1 snap. His toughness and his kind of winning attitude. Yeah,
Kenny is a tough guy because that was a hit. That was a big time hit. Illegal hit obviously for those viewers that maybe didn't see that play. It was ugly. It was obviously the right decision to be ejected out of the game. But Kenny, I didn't realize it was a career high day. I'm assuming you're saying passing yards or. I didn't realize it was, a career high, but Kenny played, lights out. He took the game over. He was emotional at halftime as well. So, you love his spirit, you love his enthusiasm, and, you got to love his toughness.
And he tries to go up over the top.
Touchdown.
They're going to call touchdown.
One more thing I wanted to mention, the special teams, a shout out to them and Alex Kessman, Kirk Christodoulou, and his punny as well. Very effective in this game and has been since last week.
It really has. First 2 games we struggled a little bit, at least in the field goal department. Our punt has been good, all except for the Syracuse week. We got that kind of cleaned up a little bit, and there were some things we just, needed to do for our kids. For our kids' sake on that. But overall, when you look at our special teams and the way our kickers have performed, and not only our kickers, I've been impressed with our gunners, on our punt return team as far as just wiring up people and giving us a chance for, DJ to take a punt return back and get us in positive territory. So I think the only positive territory our offense had in all day was the plus 41. It was off a punt return. So we did some nice things in special teams.
13 penalties, but 10 of those are in the first half. So you clean it up in the second half, only 3, none in the third quarter. How do you carry that over into Boston College, that second half mentality?
We didn't have great focus early, defensively. I think offensively we only had 2 penalties, which, you can handle that if you had 2 on defense. And the game's totally different if we don't have those penalties that we received in that game. And, good, bad, just wasn't as even as you'd like and think it might be in an ACC football game. We did a great job adjusting, and our kids learned from their mistakes. I just hope they learn on Tuesday and Wednesday. We didn't do a great job of preparing them.
DJ Turner was another bright spot, 2 big catches. He gets you down on that 1-yard line. You fail to convert, but then on the next time in the red zone, you change to the Wildcat and you're successful. What was the mentality kind of switching to that?
It's just something we had in our back pocket that, you needed. You go with different things based on how the game is going and what you need. We wish that first time DJ would have gotten in the end zone, would have made things a little bit easier. And again, it's a game of inches. You kind of trip up and go down at the 1 as opposed to scoring there. We're not talking about the 4 downs and the game's over. We probably win the game. So there's so many plays throughout the game. It's not just that one, but you kind of brought it up. And Coach Whipple's got enough tricks in his bag to pull out as the season.
Let's talk about this receiving core's growth. Obviously, DJ Turner really stepping in, grad transfer though, so learning this offense quickly. You have Taysier Mack, had a couple of big catches. I know some he'd like to get back, but you're always gonna drop passes. And then Jordan Addison went out, but a young freshman who's really stepped up for you guys.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have Jordan that whole game, I can tell you that. DJ, the thing people really don't realize is he went and filled in and took over for Jordan in the slot position, and he's gotten very few reps at that position. There was a lot of things that he was just kind of running on the run, and we had some mistakes there as well that the casual viewer does not see. But when you talk about winning performance, he definitely gets a winning performance for what he did, how he did it with the lack of reps that he had at that position.
Obviously, no crowd in the stands. You almost really felt it on that third down at the end of the game with Kalijah Cansey, because normally the crowd would really be going in that moment, and then you get that fourth down. How much are you guys missing that atmosphere right now? But it's kind of an advantage going away in Boston College. They won't have a crowd. You're used to that atmosphere now.
Yeah, we're certainly used to the atmosphere. You know, nobody likes the atmosphere, but it's 2020. You know, there's a lot of things we don't like in these days and ages. So we just have to deal with it, and you know, maybe the guys got to turn the volume up a little bit on third down. I don't know.
We certainly will. All right, Coach, well, we'll be right back. We're going to preview Boston College coming up this Saturday at 4 o'clock. We'll be right back on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Throws it long down the field. There's a man wide open. Look out. That is Jordan Addison behind the whole secondary. A 75-yard touchdown pass